We are currently in one of the most historical events in human civilization. In today's video, I'm going to express to you exactly what happened with the US signing of the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve and what that looks like and what it's going to do for you and my bags throughout this cycle and into the next decade and beyond. So welcome back. Thank you for being here with me on the Crypto Bliss community. Once again, you beautiful souls. As you can see here, Trump signs an executive order to establish a Bitcoin strategic reserve. How freaking awesome is that? Well, in today's video, we are going to thoroughly go through some stuff that could possibly change your mind as to why this is super important for you and your family and my family, and why this is going to be absolutely life-changing wealth for you. So let's not hesitate. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up because that will help my YouTube algorithm. I know about 80% of my viewers on this channel are not even subscribed to my channel. So that would add like another couple thousand subscribers to the channel. Let's make some noise for Crypto Bliss.
Welcome to the first ever White House Digital Assets Summit. Last year, I promised to make America the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we're taking historic action to deliver on that promise.
Your administration is moving at tech speed.
We are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stable coins to do that.
Technology is at the foundation of the Trump presidency.
This is truly a historic day, and as a crypto founder, I couldn't be more proud to be part of your administration.
No one in this room could have envisioned this just a couple years ago. We want to stay at the forefront of everything. This is a big day. Being in the White House is a big deal, and you have great support. Thank you all very much.
Some pretty powerful information, wouldn't you say? Well, that's exactly why the moment in history when President Trump signed the executive order to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve and digital asset stockpile in the United States on March 6th. That was 2 days ago. So for those of you who don't know what this is, oh, my friends, look at that big cheesy smile. Look at that big cheesy signature. You are literally witnessing this moment of truth in all of the world's history, not just American history, but this is great for America. Here, Mr. Donald Trump.
Today we're signing, this is very historic, an executive order establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve and digital asset stockpile. This is a promise that you made throughout the campaign, and today we're keeping that promise. The reserve will be capitalized with Bitcoin that the federal government already owns, so it won't cost taxpayers a dime. This is like a digital Fort Knox for digital gold. And premature sales of Bitcoin over the past years cost American taxpayers over $17 billion in lost value, because we didn't have a long-term strategy.
Right.
Now we do.
And this is something you believe in?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
And the whole community believes it.
Very good. And I made the promise, right?
Absolutely.
I just want you to take notice here in the background, this little cup here. We're going to talk about that in a short little moment. Donald Trump shares details on the strategic Bitcoin.
Yesterday, I signed an executive order officially creating our strategic Bitcoin reserve, and this will be a virtual Fort Knox for digital gold to be housed within the United States Treasury. That's a big thing. The federal government is already among the largest holders of Bitcoin, as you know. Really, one of the largest holders in the world, with as many as 200,000 Bitcoin obtained via civil law and various other forms of law, including enforcement actions. These existing holdings will form the foundation of the new reserve. Unfortunately, in recent years, the U.S. government has foolishly sold tens of thousands of additional Bitcoin that were worth billions and billions of dollars had they not sold them, but they did sell them, mostly during the Biden administration. Not a good thing to have done. From this day on, America will follow the rule that every Bitcoin knows very well: never sell your Bitcoin. That's a little phrase that they have. I don't know if that's right or not. Who the hell knows? Who knows? Who knows? But so far, it's been right. And well, let's keep it that way. The Treasury and Commerce departments will also explore new pathways to accumulate additional Bitcoin holdings for the reserve, provided It's done at no cost to the taxpayers. We don't want any cost to the taxpayers. In addition, my order directs federal agencies to conduct an inventory of all crypto assets currently held by the U.S. government and determine how they can be transferred easily to the Treasury. Non-Bitcoin digital assets will be held in a new U.S. digital asset stockpile where they will be managed properly. My administration also is working to end the federal bureaucracy's war on crypto, which was really going on pretty wildly during.
I need to interject there. So he said that there's a stockpile and there's an asset pile and a reserve asset. The reserve asset will be Bitcoin. The stockpiling will be the other cryptos, all altcoins. Simple as that.
Biden, until the election came about 5 months before the election, he became a big fan because he heard how many people were in favor of it and how many people love it and respect it. But I guess it didn't work out too well for him. People understood what was going on and paved the way for groundbreaking innovations in institutional finance. Under the Bitcoin administration, regulators strong-armed banks. I mean, they really did. They strong-armed banks into closing the accounts of crypto businesses and entrepreneurs, effectively blocking some money transfers to and from exchanges, and they weaponized government against the entire industry. But I know that feeling also. Maybe better than you do. All of that will soon be over, and we are ending Operation Choke Point 2.0.
What an absolutely fundamental statement, and what an absolutely fundamental video. The war on crypto has come to an absolute end. The war on crypto has come to an absolute end. There is no more war on crypto. In fact, the entire US economy since Trump's takeover and inauguration, everything in the whole world has pretty much gone pro crypto. So if you believe crypto is going anywhere, then I'm not sure where your mind's at. But with a the White House Crypto Summit beginning here, or that happened on Friday, look at this Senate: Michael Saylor, Brian Armstrong, Howard Lutnick, David X, so many people here. So many. Okay, this is the biggest opportunity that we have seen in all of our history and humankind. Digital assets like Bitcoin is now a digital gold. So this is truly a glimpse of where we're heading in the crypto space here right now. And so we can take a bit of a deeper dive, okay, into this executive order. It calls for two separate things: a strategic reserve, like I've just said, and a stockpile. Strategic reserve will only contain BTC, okay, because it's the most store of value. The government, like Trump said, has 200,000 already. Sachs and Besant and Lutnick have also been given authorization to explore means of acquiring more Bitcoin through avenues that will not cost the taxpayer money. That is amazing. So the other is a digital asset stockpile containing other assets other than Bitcoin, presumably XRP, ADA, ETH, Solana, as announced by the president last weekend. Sachs says the purpose of the stockpile is responsible stewardship of the government's digital asset under the US Treasury. Amazing stuff happening out here in the crypto space. All right. So not only that, we have seen that now officially, just as Trump announced in the video I showed you, that the office of the comptroller of currency, well, that's comptroller of currency, has just declared that national banks are now allowed to custody crypto assets. Do you know what that means, my friend? That is huge, because that's where crypto adoption now takes place. The custody of your assets, and I would not a fuck give it to a bank, okay? That would take custody of your assets and be able to help you buy, purchase, manage, and all of that with crypto. I do that myself, but you need to hear that Ricardo Salinas is super bullish on Bitcoin and has a tremendous amount of his portfolio, 70% to be exact, in Bitcoin.
My personal portfolio, the one that I manage myself and that I get to call in what asset I'm going to allocate to, Yeah, I'm pretty much all in. I got about 70% in Bitcoin related exposure and 30% in gold and gold miners exposure. So 70-30. That's it. I don't have a single bond and I don't have any other stocks except my own.
Right. So on Bitcoin, I mean, I think we're down about 20% since the Trump inauguration after a big rally post-election. So buy the dip or wait?
Bitcoin, you have to think 10 years and buy everything that you can. It's not going to go anywhere except up because the dynamics are such. It's the hardest asset in the world. There's only 21 million of those tokens, and 20 have been distributed and mined already. So there's going to be 1 million more from here to 2040, I think, 2140. So it's the hardest asset. Not even gold is this hard. You know, gold gets inflated at about 3% a year through additional production from mines. Bitcoin doesn't. So yeah, it will go up and down, and there will be speculative frenzies, and people will talk about it. But what most people should do is average dollar cost average, which is, you know, have a program where you can buy so much per month, and you buy every month, and that will take the uncertainty away. And never.
So the simple truth is that you buy Bitcoin and you hold it over 10 years and you buy everything that you can. You buy on a monthly basis and you just dollar cost average into Bitcoin. That's a simple rule. I tell you that all my time. And I would suggest using my Bybit link down below. Get yourself some Bitcoin. I am about to buy at this current position. You can see here that out of this downsloping wedge, falling wedge, we now have a very interesting triangle pattern. Higher lows occurring here on the Bollinger Band as well. And essentially, we're trading sideways right now. So this is sort of becoming a frame that we would break out somewhere here at the apex. Sorry, a triangle where we would break out somewhere at the apex. Now, the thing about this pattern is that we're currently in a bearish state, right? So essentially, this would be a somewhat a bear flag pattern, if you would not agree. And that would essentially, if we were to see a bear market or a collapse in the price of Bitcoin, that would probably take us down to like 55,000. Now, do I think we're going to go anywhere near that? No. I did say at around 70K, somewhere around this kind of high here, because there's a lot more room and volume there at this point. But I think we've already made our highs here. I mean, our lows here, and that's why we're starting to break back up. So for me, that's what I see at this point. You can see that I did say to you in this chart that we could come down here to my 70K still. So even though we're making the highs, we're still rejecting off of this level here. So this is what my scenario starts to look like and where we start to essentially break out. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Here is what I was telling you at the beginning of the video when I showed you when Trump signed the reserve asset. Check this out with the FIFA trophy in the background that I was referring to.
And so FIFA is very, very interested under my presidency to develop a FIFA coin, to do it from here, from America, and to conquer the 5 billion soccer fans in the world. So if there is anyone here who is interested to team up with FIFA, here we are, together with the United States of America, and we will conquer the world of soccer with the FIFA coin. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That coin may be worth more than FIFA in the end. It could be quite a coin, actually. Anyway, thank you, Johnny. Great job.
That coin could be worth more than FIFA eventually. Now, interesting, right? Because FIFA announced this financial explosion, projected 13 billion in revenue for 23 to 26 quadrennial, a 64-team World Cup. That's just for the World Cup, okay? But here is the actual facts. Total revenue of FIFA from 2015 to 2013. You can see every 4 years when the FIFA World Cup happens, the total revenue in millions of US dollars. So revenue in 22 World Cup was $5.7 billion. Now, I think it was a whole lot more than that, to be very honest with you. But you can see that gradually it is increasing anyways, okay? FIFA is amazing in terms of entertainment to the public eye, okay? I used to watch a lot of soccer. I no longer watch any more soccer because I do videos for you guys instead of watching football. Now, if you appreciate that, you can see that this man is playing a chess game that is ultimately going to make them fail, okay? The latest, Jerome Powell indicated that the Federal Reserve will likely keep the interest rates unchanged as it waits for more clarity on economic uncertainty driven by Trump administration policies. So, truth be told, is that this is just a war right now, and Powell has just made his next chess move. But Trump expects that, and that's why he predicts and has said that there will be a little bit of pain because of the way that Trump is setting things up. He is not driving. Trump is not driving uncertainty. What Trump is doing is he's driving real clarity, real market stimulation. And so the Federal Reserve, of course, during their planning of all of this, has to come out with less than that. And that's why Trump has said here, and as I showed you in the original video, the government to explore, Trump orders the government to explore pathways to acquire Bitcoin only with no cost to taxpayers. So they care about taxpayers, and they're going to do everything that they possibly can. And that's why America will follow the rule that every Bitcoiner knows.
From this day on, America will follow the rule that every Bitcoin knows very well. Never sell your Bitcoin. That's a little phrase that they have. I don't know if that's right or not. From this day on, America will follow.